important people at that company. I mean, hell, the way I think about it, maybe you don't get a union at all and you just take the whole company away from the bosses, and that's called a co-op.
For the almighty dollar, everyone's a slave. Cause what's the point of doing shit if you ain't getting paid?
I mean, I tell you what, even the jobs that paid me nothing, like when I was first learning them, it was like, all right, I can do this. You just need somebody to get the plates and make them go from here to here. I can be the master of that. I was really into that, and I can do that. But after a while, it's like, you guys treat me like shit, and I get the plates from here to here every fucking time, and you talk down to me and shit. What's going on?
Jesus,
you're counting my lunches. Like, you're looking at what I'm eating. You're like figuring out when I'm going out to smoke. Like, all of a sudden, you're in my shit. But all you said you wanted from me was the plates to go from here to here, and I'm getting the plates from here to here.
God, that was the most accurate representation of how I feel when I get a job. At first, I'm helpless. I'm a little baby. I'm sucking off the tea to the manager to tell me what I need to do. You know, I don't want to, my wings aren't fully formed yet. And then once I learn what I'm doing, I'm like, you know, y'all could treat me a lot better for this. I deserve a lot more for this.
Wow, this is some bullshit right here. Now that you kicked me out of the nest and I'm flying through the sky and trying to flap my wings here, I don't think you're giving me enough.
I don't like this
You
at
didn't
all.
set me up right.
Can you imagine being that sensitive? Like you.
Well, that's
like
what
that
they're
is the
PC as
ultimate.
hell. Hey, you know what? This is the freest goddamn country, and it's so free that if you don't stand up, you aren't a free person. And goddamn it, boy, if you don't stand up right now, you ain't free. Because you have the freedom to do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, I have the freedom to make you feel bad for doing the freedom. Just get up and say you love it. Just get up right now, Copernic. God damn it. It's so free that you can't do it. You have to. It's free because there's only one way to be. That's why it's free. So be that. Damn you. They don't have anything to live. I mean, their kids hate them. They don't have, I mean, all their money got stolen by banksters and shit. Healthcare's running through the fucking roof.
You know, you probably hear people constantly talking about this horrible thing called capitalism.
I have.
Yeah, you've heard that?
Yes.
You're like, what? How does capitalism affect me? I will tell you, it runs your entire fucking life. You've probably heard of socialism or communism. Communism. And they say they try to control your entire life. Your whole day is taken away from you. What control do you have over your day now?
Most people have to be chained to a desk for 40 hours a week, and they're not allowed to leave.
When you wake up in the morning and you feel like shit and you have to wipe the sleep from your eyes and like look around and be like, why does this have to happen this early in the morning? That's a capitalism.
And it controls everything, like your healthcare, your education. It all comes down to making money, but some things just don't make money. Honestly, ask yourself, how afraid are you of getting an injury and how that could possibly fuck up your life?
Yeah. You're being stopped from skateboarding, breakdancing, doing anything fun, because if you get injured, you're fucked forever. You can't go to work.
And so then you have all these people that say, well, we can make a kinder capitalism, a more conscious capitalism. It isn't gonna fucking happen. We need anarchy, we need socialism, we need communism, we need anything but more capitalism.
But wait, Brett. When you go to the grocery store, you have almost unlimited choice. You can buy 100 different types of cereals.
All made from the same stuff with different graphics on the outside.
All corn. It's basically just a bunch of boxes of corn.
That's capitalism.
It actually treats about 1% of the population like humans, and the rest of us like tools for those superhumans. You don't have any money, your bank account's low? I know where the money is. Jeff Bezos has it, the Waltons have it.
And they took it from us, right?
They took it from us.
We're just getting our money back.
Yeah, your work made that money. You deserve that money. That's your money. The 1% has never decided to do the right thing. That's why we have to take power and just spread it out among the 100% of people that exist.
Before we commence expelling this ghost from this location, before we save Jake from the lock, I will light the ceremonial herb that will give us the sight, that will give us the power we need to set Jake free. My Twitter's not working out here. Let's see if you can get a ghost. Go ahead and try. See.
I summon thee, ghost, into ghostly ghostness. Come the fuck out if you're a real ghost. Now. Demand it. This is how we fucking hunt ghosts. And as we've pointed out, and as we've said,
We're good.
Oh, it started?
Yeah.
Oh, I did that burp get in there?
No.
Oh, they didn't get the burp. Thanks for tuning in to Street Fight Radio, the live stream. We do it every single week, Wednesday and Sunday nights. You can listen to Street Fight right on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Jump in the chat, talk to people. There's even a Discord as well. You don't have to be a Patreon to get in the Discord. There are folks that listen live during that as well. So lots of ways to interact and enjoy the show. We're glad you're here. It's just me and Brian. I'm Brett, if you didn't know that. He's Brian. Now you know that. We've been doing the show for 9 years now. We are the #1 anarcho-comedy radio show on any station across the nation. And we are working through this with all y'all and building a community of people ready to take the energy that's fighting for a different world and trying to move towards actually putting that in place. So grab a seat, grab a drink, enjoy yourself. It's Street Fight Radio. And if you want more of what we do, we are completely listener supported. We do not get paid to sell mattresses. We do not get paid to sell groceries through the mail. We get support from our listeners on patreon.com/streetfightradio, where you can find bonus content and what we do. Thank you for being here. How's it going, Brian?
man? Oh, it's a weird, we live
Still
in
weird?
sad days, and today is, the end of the Sanders campaign, so we're contending. There are a lot of people with hurt feelings. I mean, now that we're on the other side of it, I kind of figured this was going to happen. I just didn't want to say it out loud. You know what I mean? I'm saying it as in I was resigned to it for a while. I'm not, mourning. You know what I mean?
I feel guilty, I didn't believe hard enough in it. I was a naysayer. I have a tweet from November that said this would happen. And it wasn't, I'm not doing it to I wasn't doing to build up myself or anything. I want people to plan for what they're going to do after that. I mean, think about what the situation is now. Now's the time to go to your plan B. And I think that it takes disappointment to get people to do stuff. There's no other way to get people more dedicated and more spiteful and more ready to fight. And the window is very open right now, and we're going to have a lot of opportunities in the coming years. So now we have the people, we have the networks, we have the groups, we have the names, we know who is down with the cause, and we just need to act on that.
Yeah. That is the good way to bring it up. Also,
They're saying the sound is choppy.
Oh no.
Choppy sound.
No, I think I fixed it.
Choppy sound, not choppy.
Yeah. You're gonna do the WWE thing. I choppy your pee off.
No,
which
it
was
wasn't
offensive when they did it.
I wasn't.
I was against it. No, I wasn't against it then, but I am now. I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll say this. I'm not voting for Joe Biden.
Okay.
Definitely not going to do that.
Where are you gonna? You're gonna let is your family gonna be mad at you for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know though. My wife was pissed off today, which I found to be. I think part of the reason she was very pissed off is because we mailed our absentee ballots yesterday. And it's just like, we didn't even have a fucking chance to have any say in this. And basically, that's what makes it easier for me not to vote for it. Like, I didn't even have any choice in this at all. I didn't have any chance to do anything. None of the work we did here paid off, really, in the end. I mean, I guess we organized more people to our side and got people in the fold, you know, which is a good thing. We got a lot more people in the fold, but like as far as the presidential election, it's just like, man, we went out and knocked doors and stuff like that, and it's just it's a real bummer. It sucks, and I can understand, like my wife was very much like today. She was just like, this fucking sucks. This whole country sucks.
Yeah, I just got to say this for me. My advice is you can't become like a 9/11 truther about this, where like you become obsessed with cracking the code. I'm sure that you could spend the rest of your life studying all of the millions of ways that establishment Democrats fucked over Bernie Sanders and all the people that stand for his stuff, and the mainstream media was against him. But it's not going to help, you know. I mean, Bernie isn't going to cause a ruckus about it. He's just gonna tip his hat and walk away. So don't worry about going over it. I mean, it's not going to solve anything.
Yeah, no, I think we're done doing postmortems on electoral politics from now on. You know, it's just like I can't believe in it. Listen, I believe in like Morgan Harper and AOC somewhat, and Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, and I'm saying that I'm not like a nihilist when it comes to this thing. There are people that I believe what they say.
Yeah.
You know, and that I have some kind of respect for.
People you're willing to back or vote for, yeah.
Yeah. But as far as a big presidential election,
Right.
I think there's better uses of resources at this point. We can't. I don't know. I get very down, right? Where I'm just like, we can't win that contest.
Yeah.
But we can win that contest if we build a base of local support, and we don't let, like, if we start, like, we can build a base of local support and build like 50 separate fucking things, you know, and then we can have the power to move things. You know, I'm not saying I'm done voting. I'll probably vote again. I don't see why. If Morgan Harper's on the thing, I'll vote for her. You know what I mean? I'm going to vote down ballot. Probably. I don't know yet. I don't know who's running. And I'm not like a guy that's just like, vote blue no matter who. Because I'm just not. I'm not blue. I'm not a fucking Democrat.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We have to form a new party.
Yeah.
And if we're going to keep getting involved with that, there needs to be a spot where it's not playing within their rules, because the Democrats, you know, they showed us who they are.
They did. They don't like us. They don't want anything to do with us. And they don't need us to win.
According
Which was
to that.
kind of a mistake last time.
Yeah, apparently they don't.
Yeah. So let's do what Street Fight does. And let's cover some working people stuff. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
This Sunday, I was on Twitter and I said, hey, you know, if you want to send us internal emails and information about what it's like to do your job, we will absolutely take it and cover it.
Yeah.
And try to get it out to at least our people.
Right.
Who could maybe then tell their people, and then they can tell other people. You know, like,
yeah, just alleys full of people complaining to each other about workplaces they heard about.
Right. And so I got a message from a person on Twitter. I'm going to keep them anonymous now because I don't know if they wanted me to say their name, and this is kind of a sensitive topic for people who have jobs, you know? So I've been working at Lowe's, and our management and our CEOs are capitalizing on the crisis. Our CEO does a podcast for employees where he explicitly states that it's vital we stay open so people can do renovations and projects while they stay at home. Now, I have the podcast. I haven't had the chance to listen to it yet, but I will be listening to it this week, and we'll try to get it on the air for sure.
We can try to play it during the show, or we can tack it on the end of this one on the podcast.
Yeah, I have the podcast.
Then we should play it. Let's play it on the show next week.
Imagine you're a fucking person that like cuts the wood at Lowe's for people, and then you also have to listen to a podcast. Like your CEO does a podcast and they're like, hey, it's important you listen to this podcast because he has a lot to say to you. It couldn't be me. I would never do that.
Yeah, I think those things are normally for all the ass kissers in corporate.
Right. But I mean, if they send it to the employees, then I assume they expect the employees to listen to them.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if this person got it and they work on at the register, then I'm sure they were expected to listen to it. I don't know why, because like you said, nothing they say is it's not like a dialogue between you and the CEO of Lowe's. Like if he took calls like we do, I'm fucking all for it then. Like, anonymous phone calls, you can call in and talk to the CEO of Lowe's. I'd be fucking like, okay,
that's a good
this
podcast.
is a good podcast.
That's an acceptable company podcast.
Yeah, it's the only kind of company podcast I agree with.
I mean, I just think about you're in a Lowe's in a rural area or an underserved area, maybe an older Lowe's, and you're listening to this podcast, and this guy's like, we want to streamline the whole process of checking out here at Lowe's. We're going to make it safe for all these people and all these initiatives. And you are like holding a scanner that you have to like bang in your hand to get to work.
Oh my God, those things never
They always
work.
like saddle you with the worst possible broken ass technology. They never update the registers or the systems. It's still that green MS-DOS sign in at a lot of those places.
Yeah.
And then the CEO just goes on and on about how they're, advancing the purchasing pipeline or
Right, and
whatever.
a renovation thing is such a weird thing to be like.
I mean, if you are at home, you have the time to do it.
But should you be going to buy supplies to do it at the hardware store, making multiple trips maybe to the hardware store?
Yeah, that is true.
Because nobody ever buys all the stuff the first time at the hardware store. It usually takes 2 trips to the hardware store, at least in my experience.
Maybe as part of the COVID relief package for Lowe's and hardware stores, you'll be assigned a master carpenter that will look at your shit and say, you're going to need all this stuff too.
Yeah.
So you don't come back more than once.
Well, and then they sent me a tweet that said, my store isn't limiting occupancy to 100 people until the sale we have going on for garden products is over on Monday.
Oh, God. Are you serious?
Management literally said in a meeting that they want to capitalize on the crisis. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. The CEO maybe... Like, they don't understand that this culture happens from like the top, where if it was just the store manager saying we need to capitalize on this thing, like that means the culture of your company is such that your store managers think that you have to capitalize on a crisis so that you can make more money because of a thing.
Yeah.
And like it's like saying we're gonna do it after our sale is a very weird fucking thing that I can't imagine.
I mean, honestly, businesses won't shut down until the government makes them. I mean, that's where we've found is that they're like the Ohio bars are going to be shut down on 1:59, a.m. on Monday, and the bars were open until 2:15, and like get some roadie sodies,
Yeah.
They were not. They probably are having private events too right now.
The head shop is open.
The head shop is open.
The local big head shop, the 24-hour one, they're just open with reduced hours.
Okay.
I'm like, how the fuck did they get an exception? I'm all for it. I like, hey,
What?
if I need a bong, I want to go be able to get my bong and not call it a bong because that's illegal.
I did go to a smoke shop, but it was like tobacco smoke shop, not like bong smoke. Well, they did have a lot of bongs though.
Every gas station has bongs now.
Right.
Like that's a part of gas stations.
This is a fine establishment in a strip mall.
Oh, okay.
Sold tobacco for less than you can get at other places.
Oh.
I don't know. It's one of my little secrets.
Okay. Well,
And they have all the finest Alien and Bart Simpson and Pickle Rick pipes that you could ever want. SpongeBob SquarePants, fucking silicone, bubbler, whatever.
A Pickle Rick pipe.
There's a Pickle Rick pipe
Of
at
course
every
there is.
smoke shop now.
There's probably 2 to 3 of them, really. But yeah, Yeah, I was like, how did they get the exception that like coffee shops aren't able to get, or that like I don't know, like dine-in restaurants weren't like there were places that like no more than 2 people are ever in that had to close, but the head shop was like, hey, people got to get their cigs, kratom, and bongs, or they're gonna go goddamn crazy in their house. And to tell you the truth, I'm going crazy in my fucking house now.
Oh, really?
We've hit the fucking.
You're gonna stir crazy?
We've hit it. Yeah, we've
not-
hit the fucking. We've
done
hit the curve at my house. Like everybody's going nuts.
Doing any porch sitting yet?
My wife just tried to get me to sit on the porch right before I came over here, but I was on my enormous couch in the chaise part of the couch with all the way back laying kind of down, and I was like, nah, I like this better than the porch chair.
Okay.
So I
You have
did
the
not.
porch to look forward to.
So I sat on the couch and talked to her through the window while she sat on the porch. It's the stir craziness is really just about like the kid can't do anything.
Yeah.
So
Well, the kid meaning yourself, right?
me and
When
my
I-
daughter.
I call myself the kid in my head.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I was just thinking about this the other day. It's like, what do I really do in my life that is being upended by this? And the only real thing I can think about is extraneous trips to the store. You know, and I think it's good that I'm not doing that. So that I'm just like I don't like going and walking around the mall at all. There's nothing there for me. I don't like the mall. I don't like going and walking around it, but that's one of the things we end up doing sometimes is like, if we're bored, let's just go to the mall. Let's just go to a store. So it's nice to like, I think we're going to break that habit now.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to go back to I'm bored, let's just go to a store, because we know what real boredom is and we can go out and do stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You have a new low.
Yeah, this is the low right here. And it,
Yeah.
like it's just like I don't know. Like it's like you're fighting, I'm fighting more, we're fighting more in the house. Like everybody's just kind of frayed from the whole thing. And
Yeah.
like, you know, I do feel for teenagers because this is a time in their life that is like their friends are so much more important than their family.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the way it is. My daughter had somebody drop cookies off on the front porch for her and it said, I miss you. And it like made me feel like real, like they are like missing out on a lot of like hang time. Like they were really doing a lot of stuff together. And now all that stuff is just over and we don't even know when they're going to be able to do stuff together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because her friends aren't allowed over to our house. I don't know if I would necessarily, if they've been quarantined for 14 days, I don't care if they come to my house. Like, so I am just, and my niece is only allowed to go to my house. It's the only place she's allowed to go. So she keeps trying to stay the night. Like in like, really, like she'll call my wife and be like, hey, I want to come over there and stay the night. And my kid's like, well, I'm trying to go to bed early tonight.
Yeah. No, I don't want to
So,
hang.
It's just a really weird fucking time, man.
Yeah. Today I did have to go to the grocery store today to get Easter stuff.
We canceled Easter in the Quinby house.
Oh, amazing.
Canceled.
That's great. And I don't know, part of me, there was a lot more masks. More people have taken up putting on the masks. And I think it was something about it was just, I don't know, today was more absurd than the rest. It was just, I really couldn't make any sense of, you know, like we're doing all of this and it's just, there's just a quiet terror, I guess, with people, you know, like where folks are just really scared of being next to folks. You know, we're not supposed to be, but when you see it in action, it's just, it still feels personal a little bit. Like, what the fuck's wrong with me? You know, it's like, oh wait, we're not supposed to be near each other. I'm not supposed to stand next to you while I shop for water, you know?
I found that I get annoyed when people get in the 6 feet of me.
Yeah,
like when I'm
yeah.
out doing my walk and we're walking and we're about to cross each other on the sidewalk and like, it's like I'll have, if there's a fence next to me, right, then I guess I could go out to the street.
Yeah.
But if it's a busy street, you can't really do that. Which no streets are busy right now, so you could go out there.
Yeah.
But I'm just sort of like, when somebody gets super close to me, I'm like, what are you doing? I don't like that.
Yeah.
You stay away. My boundary has gotten enormous now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I find that, I don't know, I can't really tell. There was a really long line at the plasma place today.
I don't know.
Like all the way out and around the corner of the building. And I've never even seen a line at the plasma place before. I've never seen it. And, part of it is probably that they won't let a bunch of people in there at the same time.
That's true.
So that's a good thing. But also seeing how many people are selling their plasma. Look, people need it. It's fine. It's just depressing. It's a little bit depressing.
Yeah. Yeah. And definitely the money, for those procedures, the healthcare company, whatever they're billing for is way more than whatever they're paying $30 for that fucking plasma. They're paying $45 if you agree to go 6 weeks,
I'm so nervous to do something like that, because I'm afraid of needles. I've never done it before. Have you given plasma?
I never have. I came so close a lot of times, but just stole my way out of it.
My wife came very close when we were super broke for a period, and she was like, "I'll just go sell plasma," and I'm like, "Fuck."
I didn't have the follow through because I had a friend that did it, but he was on a plan. He had to do it, and it was you got paid shit the first time, but then if you went for 6 weeks or whatever the schedule was, you got enough money where,
made it worth it.
Yeah.
What kind of money was it? Do you know?
A few $100s.
Few $100. I mean,
I think it was $45. I believe it was $30 or $45, somewhere in that range. So yeah, it was yeah, I don't know. There's probably plasma people in the chat, I'm sure.
That's my only hustle I probably didn't do. I'm trying not to.
One Gizmo in the chat sold plasma many times. What's the payday on plasma?
Yeah, help us with the payday on plasma, because I didn't. That was why I'm so afraid of needles that I was like, I'll pawn something. I was very much a pawn guy. You could call me a pawn star. Really? As often as I pawned things.
Holy shit.
I was selling video game systems, video games, CDs, vinyl, and I would pawn, anything that I could get my hands on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I never... I don't know. I think that I just always live on less. I never played around. I had one nice car, got it repoed, and then it was I'm going to buy a piece of shit for cash. And when I couldn't afford to keep that on the road, I'm I'm just going to ride a bike. I don't try to get back in the game.
I remember one time talking to my wife and being like, you could probably get big money at the sperm bank, and that's just for J&O.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was something I wanted to try to get into.
That one too, I remember. I never had, but I when I was looking that stuff up, it was in the newspaper, and you had to write to them and shit. There was not, I don't know, it wasn't easy. I don't know.
I would love to give sperm now. Now I'm thinking I want to do it.
And
I have money.
You don't need it.
Oh, but I'm fucking handsome. I'm very intelligent. I'm funny. I have a podcast. They want podcaster sperm. Yeah. That's for sure.
Well,
raise a podcaster.
Brian, if you were a racehorse, they would have shot you by now.
That's true. But I made a kid, so it works.
That's true.
My cum works. And if you can get paid $500 to J.O.
Yeah.
It's probably $500. Maybe $1,000. Really?
You could get paid that to just have someone watch you do it. You can only have to do it for medical reasons.
I prefer the medical. I like the clinical style of J&O. It's where it's a doctor thing. It's funny because they hand you dirty, the story you always heard is they hand you a dirty magazine and tell you to go into a room.
Yeah.
It's what a fucking dark thing that is. It's there's somebody at a clinic that has to collect pornography and have as many different kinds of pornography as they can have to send you into a room with a magazine so that you can then come out and hand them a cup. Very weird thing.
Yeah.
Do they get to pick the kind of guy when they do the sperm bank? I just feel like that seems like the hustle there is just my thing.
You're just high quality.
Okay. No, I don't think it has to be high quality. I think people just want a kid, dude.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, there's plenty of those. We don't need any more made.
I agree, but people are still going to buy that stuff.
That's true.
You know, there's still going to be clinics, is what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
Like, I just couldn't. I'm so afraid of needles that I couldn't, like, do the plasma thing. I actually talked. I think Jason did it, and he left already, but I think Jason did plasma, and he said it hurt, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
Like, you sit in a chair for a very long time.
And they put it back in and shit, too.
Yeah, no, I don't
Somebody.
want that.
So they said actually it's the reverse of what I said for this person. $50 at first, but then it starts dwindling down to $25.
Yeah? That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really weird. Oh, they do have a place here for the sperm. But they, I wonder if I can get the prices. So they take it. That's right. I do remember that. Because they said that it's like there's less plasma the more times they do it. So your blood is worth less.
Yeah.
You're actually giving them your blood. And they're like, no, but this blood is.
Yeah, you've cashed in too much on this blood.
What do you think? What do you think your What do you think your lowest point was when you were broke? Like, what do you think, like, the time where you were like, I can't believe I fucking did that. You know what I mean? I think mine was like, and I'll never forget this. And this was maybe when I started thinking, like, I had a job at the cable company. I'm making pretty good money, and my wife was making okay money. And we got way underwater on the car. And we had to sell a game system and all the games. We sold everything we had that was worth any kind of money. And then we also had to borrow $450 from her sister. And I think that was at the point where I was like, everything I have wasn't even enough to, like, save my car.
Yeah.
My car payment was $289 at the time. It's like, but we were like 3 or 4 months out on the thing.
Yeah, I mean, it all revolves around the car, really.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I felt the most depraved when my girlfriend at the time, her car payment was like 3 months behind, and they called and they said, basically, today's the last day, you need to pay it or else. And so we called up her grandpa and said that she needed a check for college, and she was not going to school. She had been dropped out like already for a while.
That's a smooth one, though.
Yeah, so he wrote a fresh college check straight to her so that we could keep the car rolling, and I felt like such a piece of shit.
Well,
but he had too much money.
Me and Katie,
was stupid.
Me and my wife used to be like, hey, the car's at a quarter of a tank, and we don't get paid for 3 or 4 days. To her parents, can we use your gas station card to fill up the tank? And then we would go and fill up the tank and buy 2 cartons of cigarettes and a bunch of snacks and groceries at the gas station. Take it back to... We were spending like $80 at the gas station.
Grocery shopping.
So I guess we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was wild.
Yeah, I mean, I remember hiding my car from the repo people. That was kind of fucking wild. I don't know. I guess I probably wouldn't say. I'd have to really like do some therapy to figure out what I feel the most shameful about.
Right. It is funny because
I hung out with guys that did shit. And I mean, if you're there, you're doing it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true too. It's like I hung out with so many people that were doing a bunch of wild fucking things, but I don't think anything I did was wild, you know? And then you think about it and you're like, that person that was hanging out with me at that time was thinking, I hang out with some people that do some pretty fucking wild things.
That's true.
You know? That's what I always think about with like even me growing up, where it was like my parents, like in my house, you weren't allowed to say the word ain't. Like, my parents would yell at you if you said ain't.
Yeah, that was popular back then.
Yeah,
you couldn't even say fart in some houses.
Crap was, like, inching towards the line sometimes, you know? But in my house, you were only allowed to cuss if it was in a song. But it couldn't be a rap song because there's too many cusses in those songs. But if you were singing, like, Janie's Got a Gun, which has a cuss in it, you were allowed to sing it then. Yeah. You know?
Okay.
And you were allowed to say ass. This is so weird. You're allowed to say ass if it was a donkey. It was like a little loophole
Yes.
that we were allowed to do.
Yeah, that was growing up in the 90s.
Ain't.
80s, 90s.
Were you allowed to say ain't?
We were, because we were proud hillbillies.
We're ain't
We
people.
would fight somebody that said you can't say ain't. That's what my parents taught me.
Yeah, we would get yelled at a lot because I said ain't because everybody I grew up with, and that's what I was getting at. It's like everybody I grew up with was like a redneck. It was
Yeah.
just like that's who we all were, and I was because,
Ain't
and I
you-
never realized this because my parents like acted like they were like the Queen of England type aristocracy, you know?
Yeah.
Even though I didn't do anything. Like at this point now, I look back on it, I was like, you didn't really even do anything to be like you didn't really do anything to be fancy.
Yeah.
You like drove a Chrysler Sebring and you fucking went to the $1.50 movies and you would go out to eat at like O'Charlie's once a week. You know? But they carry
Ain't's gonna take down the whole family, though.
yeah, they used to be like, did you say ain't in front of other people's parents? I don't want people thinking the Queen Bee kids are saying ain't out here. We're not a bunch of uncivilized hillbillies like the rest of the people in this neighborhood that we live in and you surround yourself with and you go to school with
Yeah.
and do all the same things.
Right.
Let's see, and I think we have some more emails. I got this one from somebody, and again, I don't know what this company does. It's called Christy Lights. I can look it up
Christy
and find
Lights.
out. It
I
sounds.
love that drink. I love Christy Light. I
Oh,
just have
dude,
a little-
dude, I love Christy Light too.
You just tear the top off a little packet of Christy Light and pour it right in. Pink lemonade, regular lemonade,
Oh.
raspberry is good.
This is a stage company. They do the lighting.
The lighting.
Oh man, you just got me thinking about stuff. I wish I could.
Crystal Light.
I'm gonna go on GoPuff and search Christy Light. Right now. Give me one of them Christy Lights, my man.
No calories.
My parents would buy it sometimes. I get so mad because it wasn't Kool-Aid. Because we like Kool-Aid in my house.
Yeah.
Very Kool-Aid family.
That was like a parent's Kool-Aid that the kids wouldn't touch was Crystal Light.
Yeah. I mean, I would still touch it though.
Yeah, you still got into the God damn it, Brian! Who got in the Crystal Light?
Yeah, we used to get yelled at all the time because my parents also bought like pop just for them, and we weren't allowed to have it, and they wouldn't buy it for us, right? So there would be like a 12-pack of 7-Up and a 12-pack of Diet 7-Up or Diet Right
Okay.
upstairs that none of us were allowed to touch.
Okay.
And I would fucking sneak a Diet 7-Up, or that's why I still love Diet 7-Up and Diet Pepsi to this day.
Yeah.
Because of the Diet Right and the sweet taste of stealing it from my stepmom.
Yeah.
It was so good, you know?
Yeah.
We had like a lot of rules around our house that were like, in retrospect, very strange, you know? Like there was a living room and a family room, and we weren't allowed in the living room. Like,
Okay.
the kids, we weren't allowed to sit on the couch in the living room. We weren't allowed to listen to the radio in the living room. And we weren't allowed to watch TV in the living room.
Yeah, that's old school, dude. This is called the old school.
And then we would go down to the family room. It's all
Yeah. Oh,
ours.
and just bouncing off the walls. They're
But,
dirty everywhere. Milk with mold in it.
yeah, but if my parents came down there, it was all of a sudden their whole thing. Now we're watching America's Funniest Home Videos instead of In Living Color.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that used to make me so mad. It's like, go fucking upstairs and watch your dumb shit.
Yeah, go sit on that stupid furniture with the wooden legs on it. It looked like a claw.
It was wicker.
Ew. That's sorry.
It was a wicker couch.
That shit goes outside. You put that in the rain.
I don't know. My parents really liked it was like the little sticks. And
Yeah.
they were like kind of this
Yeah.
fat of a couch, right? I'll show it to the camera. It was a pretty fat, like chair legs and arms on the couch, and then they had like floral printed.
Yeah, that's supposed to go. It's supposed to be outside. Like,
Well, in my
the
house,
summer.
that was the fancy furniture that we were not allowed, and they had a papasan up there.
No,
I swear to fucking God.
they didn't even. They called it a papasan too.
Yeah, they were like, you're not allowed to sit in the papasan.
Okay,
And then they would go to work.
and just
We would fucking we destroyed the papasan and ended up getting it downstairs. in the
those-
basement, in the family room.
Those were good because you could launch people on those things.
We used to fucking put it on the floor and spin around in it like it was one of those sit and spins from back in the day. But yeah, we
Did they have like a leather beanbag chair up there? Perhaps
that was some downstairs stuff. Though.
No, but their fancy furniture sounds like a beanbag furniture would have
Not
fit
the
right
best.
in.
I mean, at this
Scrap leather beanbag chair.
At this point now, they ended up getting a leather couch.
Okay.
For up there. My parents really like leather couches, and I think it's just because when you walk into somebody's house and they have a leather couch, you're like, well, that's an expensive couch.
It makes you think of sex.
No, it doesn't, actually.
Yeah, that's why people like it. That's why people get leather couches. Because it makes them think of steamy sex.
Gross. I thought my parents just got it because they were like, this projects wealth. When you come into
Sure.
my home, they had to
They killed
cows to make my furniture.
true.
You
That's
know?
true.
They ended up getting that later on, but they started the living room with wicker furniture that they were very proud of.
Started at the bottom. I mean, that stuff is so cheap and chintzy.
Papasan. I think they got it at Pier 1.
The Papasan could come. I mean, that could make a comeback.
I would like it.
I could see
I mean, a better
my daughter being
constructed-
into one.
Yeah, like a metal Papasan, or maybe like
Metal?
solid wood that's not like wicker.
Yeah.
Because our Papasan was wicker with a wicker base
Well,
that it sat in.
Think about it though. What if you don't wrestle on it? Do you think it would maybe stand up to?
Yeah, maybe, but
What if you don't? Or you want to put Gwen in it and spin her as fast as you can?
no, but I do have flashbacks now of sitting in that thing and it being all creaky and wickery. It just felt
Yeah.
like sitting on a pile of sticks.
You gotta rock it. Yeah.
And then you sit down.
And then you also gotta like. No one ever replaces the pad, but you got to. You gotta. They just get so beat down.
Also, I'm 41 years old and I don't even want to think about getting out of a Papasan.
The noises you would make.
Well, it's even just like I'm like a
Grab my hand.
turtle on my. I would look like a turtle on my back trying to get out of that thing, and I'm.
Yeah.
I hate this fucking thing. I already have trouble getting off my big couch.
Okay. So let's
So,
not add
so this place, this person read in the newspaper, in the Washington Post, that the place he worked for was laying off 80% of their staff.
that. They didn't tell him.
Hadn't been told yet.
Okay.
Hadn't been to work or anything, but they must have been reading the paper before work, or the internet. Nobody reads paper before work. And so they sent him a question about unemployment. They just shot him an email. And this is the response they got. And this was on March 15th. So we were fully in here. We were locked down by this day.
What day again?
March 15th.
Okay. Yes.
And they were also in Seattle, which was locked down much earlier than we were because it got there first.
They're already in crisis. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the first email they got when they asked about like being laid off and unemployment. We are not being guided by science. It's all panic.
Whoa.
The staff I have laid off would have preferred to have contracted the virus and kept their jobs.
No.
That's just the first. It's ruthless.
Here's the thing. I'm sorry. This is a little tangent here. Did I talk about the dummies yet?
No.
Oh no. Okay. So I've been following along with the virus hoax Instagram people.
Oh.
And a lot of them, there's a lot of videos of newscasts where they're using dummies. And because during the news, they'll show someone like hooking a respirator up to a dummy because you can't walk into a fucking hospital and just start filming somebody.
No, you wouldn't want to be in the room where they're intubating somebody with a camera because the virus is contagious.
Yeah, I know, but for them, that is the proof that they think that they think that this is all a hoax and that they're actually bad enough to put dummies on TV and everybody else is just like, that's a real person.
Yeah. I wonder what percentage of people, like, do you think all of the conspiracy people are down that rabbit hole, or maybe some
No.
of them believe it?
No, I mean some of the ones with COPD got straightened up real quick.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were like, I think this is something we should be worried about.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like I think there's been a lot of turnaround for me. There was a big change of heart for me just from Snapchat. I saw one video of this woman in her bed that her husband was filming her, and she looked so fucking miserable that I was like, nope, I do not want that. I'm not even going to joke about saying I would take it. I'm going to do everything I can not to fucking get that thing.
Well, I'll say that, like, your instinct at the beginning, I mean, there are a lot of fucking things that, first of all, it started in China, you know, and like, it just felt very far away.
Sure.
You know, like, I wasn't paying attention to coronavirus in the news at all.
Yeah.
Before this. I was just I maybe used it as a joke.
You know what, though? I actually knew because I was trying to order shoes from China. And after Chinese New Year, all the orders were shut down and I couldn't get any new bootleg merchandise.
Yeah.
They were like, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I actually sent a text to one of our friends I can show you from like January, late January, that says fucking coronavirus has shut down all the bootlegs. I'm not going to be able to get anything until March.
Jeez.
And I just
I
didn't
mean, I
even
get it
like...
though. The thing is, like, when something we're like conditioned that way in a weird way because we go to war so often and it happens in a faraway place, and we're able to, like, I mean, you know, obviously there are very anti-war people that think about it every day, but in a way, you're able to, like, sort of put it out of your mind because it's just not happening here.
Yeah.
And it just feels impossible that something like that could happen here. It really did feel that way for a period to me.
Well, I just didn't. I didn't feel impossible. It's just that I mean, like I said, there was other things that have happened, but none of them got this serious. They were told. I've been told I went through a pandemic before, and they never took it this seriously.
Right. That's what I was getting to. Is just kind of like, you've seen the news report on stuff like this many times, and it never like touched your life or affected you at all. You know, like SARS didn't affect me. It never got here. I didn't ever even saw it. I didn't know. Nobody I knew died from it. And like the other one, the bird flu.
Yeah.
It like happened, and I knew it happened, but it didn't change my life at all. I just kind of lived my regular life.
Did I ask you this? Do you think Chris Cuomo is faking it? Have you been watching the updates?
I mean, the truth is that most cases of it are relatively mild. And that, like, he could do what he's doing if he had a mild case of it.
He doesn't have a mild case. He said he saw a vision of his father sitting at the foot of his bed.
Okay.
That he believed was actually there, and he said he would go and testify in court that he actually saw his dad that day.
And he said that, like, on the news?
He said that on the news. Well, to his own brher, actually, yeah.
Well, yeah, I know his brother is, like, a guy. I don't know about him. I mean, I don't trust any politicians.
Okay, the chat says he's faking it. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
He's like, I've just been, like, groggy, man, and just, you know, if it's good right now, but then later, you know, and he's really skirting it.
That's a smooth move, though. If you were a politician and you were trying to get elected,
yeah,
that would be the move, right?
Well,
Rand Paul got over it.
Yeah, Rand Paul, and he's being an asshole about it too.
Of course he is.
Did you see that?
No, he said he's volunteering.
That's what I mean, being an asshole.
Yeah, like how? Like,
well, because he's like, fucking, I beat it. I guess I'll go help other people.
Well, you can do that. You've developed the antibodies at that point.
Right.
You can. Like, I mean, if I beat it, I would go. I don't know what I would do. I'm not a medical person.
What's Ben Carson doing? Ben Carson's got to retire them hands.
Yeah, that's true.
Bring them beautiful, miraculous hands back to the surgery.
So, back to this. It's not worth losing your job over. Seattle's politicians are delivering a cure which is worse than the disease.
Yeah, that's a Megadeth song.
Big, but it's also like a conservative talking point. That's a very, like, that was something they were saying at the beginning. Like, we can't make the cure worse than the disease. And it's like, well, the disease kills people.
Yeah.
And the alternative is people not getting killed. I think I prefer that.
Yeah.
Because, like, what they're saying is,
how much is it going to cost?
Yeah, and you're fucking, the Cheesecake Factory must be open so they don't go out of business, you know? Like, we're advocating for a world where losing your job doesn't mean the end of your life anyway.
Yeah.
I want that. So I don't want like a situation where something like this happens, everything shuts down, and then everybody's fucked.
Yeah.
I want to be able to I want to be able to handle something like this. And also when you come out on the other end, you know, because I worry that people aren't going to get their jobs back.
It's going to be a it's no one's, people aren't going to get their jobs back. There's going to be a fucking horrible economy to come back to.
Yeah.
That's why we shouldn't.
So
come back to the economy.
Yeah, let's just, you know.
I mean, they're going to finagle it any way they can unless they fuck it up to the point where we take care of the problem, you know, just because we're forced to out of like some sort of biological need as people to, you know, show our true power.
Well, Lauren, a friend I had on the third show back when we were doing those on Twitter, LLW,
one of my favorites,
90, she posted yesterday that it's like, it fucking sucks to sit here and know that they're going to end lockdown and then it's going to spike and they're going to start lockdown again and then it's going to spike and they're going to start lockdown again, and that we're going to be in an endless cycle of this because they can't just fucking be closed until it's gone. Like in the end, if you want the cure, if you're going to lock down, the cure is to lock down until we're all better.
Yeah, or until the cases are declining.
Yes.
Which is, you know, I have to say, I've been checking the charts for Ohio, and we have maintained a very small increase in cases. Like I have this graph that I check every single day, and it shows like projected amount versus actual amount, and it's worked. It's absolutely worked. Ohio got on it early enough, and we've taken it seriously. Whatever it is, it seems that it's at least under control. There was a new some study out of Washington University that also said that we have all of the beds and respirators and everything to meet the peak demands. Mm-hmm. So it is something that, like you said, is very easy. Everybody stop what you're doing, but we need money. The only reason we can't comply with the quarantine is we need fucking money.
Yeah. My sister was over yesterday and she worked at a restaurant and got laid off because of coronavirus. And she came over and was like, you know, it looks like Ohio's doing pretty good. You know, we're going to flatten the curve and everything's going to go back to normal. I was like, the fucking problem with that is if we do that before everybody else does, that's also bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the fucking thing. It's like when they say we're all in this together, they don't mean just people in Ohio or in it with people from Ohio, but we're on the same planet.
Yeah.
As people. We're in the same landmass as a bunch of people. So like if Montana decides to just be like, well, they probably aren't in lockdown anyway. I have a huge population, but we're Florida, right? Florida's going to be going on a lot longer.
Michigan.
They didn't lock down for a long time.
Yeah.
Michigan's doing okay, I think.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
But I don't know. They have less people than us. I don't remember. I read the thing and then it seemed okay. So anyway, This person, Christy Light's income and all the reps' income is on its way to zero. If you think it's worth it to have your income obliterated because you don't want to delay contracting a virus that is likely to take you a week or two to recover from, I respect your priorities. That doesn't sound
that sounds... That sounds a little condescending.
It does. And then he put like ellipses, ... but he put like 5 of them. And he said, but mine are very different. As long as we quarantine all the old people, I see no reason for all this silliness.
Okay.
Silliness, this guy says. I have no money to contribute to technicians when 200 of my staff are without a job, and I'm doing everything possible to keep as many employed. This is hitting those who cannot afford it. Seattle's leadership is sadly misguided, and many people are suffering as a result. So that was March 15th. Christy Lights, we got an update on Christy Lights that came in Monday.
Christy Lights.
A tremendous amount has taken place over the past month, and our team has been incredible at responding to the challenge.
What was the state again?
Seattle.
What date?
Washington.
I'm sorry, what date?
This was Monday.
Oh, so March 15th to now. Okay.
Yeah, to now. So let's see. Thanks to all of you for your hard work, sacrifice, and positive attitude. While this has been a miserable time, it has been very satisfying to see our new staff reach new heights. What
What does that mean?
is he talking about?
Are they doing lights still?
Special thing. I get. Yeah, they're like going in to the arenas and just setting them up and being like, whatever show comes, the lights will be there for them. You know.
Yeah, maybe they do the lights before the show, I guess. Okay.
By numerous accounts, business is unlikely to start up until September. Yeah, I mean, when it does, it's expected to return slowly. The stay-at-home orders continue to extend, and it will be no surprise if it takes till June 1st in the U.S. and Canada before they are lifted. Sounds about right.
Okay.
Disney is taking reservations for June, which is positive. Like, this motherfucker thinks Disney's a doctor?
Yeah.
Like, well, Disney's doing it,
Yeah.
so that sounds good.
They have the best risk analysis team in the game.
Was this dude setting up a Disney vacation for June?
Yeah.
They found...
Found some cheap flights. We can fly in right before the quarantine is over and then boom, right into Disneyland.
But Toronto has officially announced that there will be no live events prior to July 1st. Wah, wah. I expect our shops to be officially open by July, but anticipate little to no activity over the summer. Here's some good news. We're using this downtime for numerous internal projects, software development, trust up.
Ooh.
So they're doing some stuff in there, you know, flight cases, which automate the tracking, checkout and check-in cases. This downtime offers us a rare opportunity to upgrade our business, and we're doing everything we can to make the most of it. When we open our doors, we will be launching some special programs for our rep team designed to make us extremely competitive in what we anticipate will be a tough market. More information to follow in separate messages. I suspect that most of you are finding it difficult to remain cloistered inside your homes for weeks on end. Not all of us have the same option as Thailand's king, who has taken over a luxury German hotel to isolate from the coronavirus, along with a harem of 20 women.
Okay. What is okay? Now this? He's just like, goddamn, imagine.
Well, he does.
Imagine being in quarantine with a harem.
I am at home with Louise and have been told I will have no wife if I don't help with some of the domestic chores.
Whoa! What an asshole.
This guy is fucking hot because he has to do the dishes now. He wants to be a harem in Germany, in a German hotel.
What a miserable person. Oh my god.
Oh my god. What a fucking dude, man. That is a good one. So
That's what a piece of shit. Christy Lights. Not
Huntley
my favorite.
Chrisley. Huntley Christie is the name.
Christy Light, no longer my favorite drink.
It's still my favorite drink, man. That's for sure.
That's insane.
I know. The harem part is just like, what?
What are you doing? This is an employee fucking. This goes to employees, right? This isn't like a joke at the bar.
Yeah, it is. It's that's a weird conversation to have, like to add that.
He just can't reach out. The only people he can tell that he hates his wife is his employees in the newsletter. He has nobody else to go to. All of his friends think texting is for teenage girls, right? They think it's all. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. They won't FaceTime. They think that's loser shit. They only believe you can talk on a rotary phone, and he won't just ring him up on his rotary phone and tell him about his feelings.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is.
It's poor.
He's
Huntley.
miserable, but he's an asshole and he's in charge, and he should be kicked out of it.
Yeah, fuck that.
Should
guy.
be thrown on his ass.
You know, he's miserable with his wife. We wanted to reach everyone on a few concerns that have been brought up over the past couple days. We understand the events and uncertainties that we are facing as a country, and at this point have a little control over decisions being made. So this is for First Place Realty, LLC. Okay.
I wonder if they're in first place. I wonder if they really are in first place. Can I get a drink?
Yeah, go get a drink.
I'll sprint.
You know, you fucking do what you gotta do, man. Go get yourself a drink. I will hold off on reading this realty company, which is, you know, that's different. You know, these are some good internal emails. This one doesn't have anything about a harem in it, though. Okay? So that's a bummer. Really. No, can you imagine writing that down to, like, our employees just sitting there, like, what if we put a little thing in there about a harem that this Thailand's king has of 20 women in a hotel? What if we added that?
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's one of those. They really do it right in some places. Type attitude, you know.
Yeah. Rent payment. So these people collect rent. This is a place, a rental office.
You know what it reminds me of, actually? Tom Likas. Tom Likas, in the way every time, like, a Mexican dude would call in, he would say, I love that culture. I love the way that men are men down there and they don't take any shit from women. It's completely in line with that.
It is, for sure. I mean, and complaining about cleaning up around the house.
I know.
The reason that, okay, this isn't right or anything, but the reason that a CEO type, or even like somebody like me wouldn't, like when me and my wife, when I was like raising the kid, right? Stay-at-home dad. When I was stay-at-home dad. Like, my wife didn't just come home and do a bunch of work after work, because I did all the fucking work around the house.
Yeah.
You know? But when you're both not going to work, you both gotta fucking pitch in. You can't just be like, I'm still doing my thing, you know, watching probably Fox News from the stuff I saw coming from this person.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I think that for me, like, the macho stuff is pathetic. You are so useless without a woman. Like, without a woman to come and clean the skid marks out of your underwear and wash your dishes and do everything for you, you're absolutely helpless piece of shit that couldn't survive on their own, you know?
Yeah.
It just is such a weak position.
Yeah.
Like, you can't clean your own motherfucking clothes. You don't know how to wipe down this mirror. You've been flossing your teeth all over this fucking mirror and you never considered how you get this shit off.
Just fucking eating baked beans out of the can for dinner every night. Is that like the life you were trying to live? Oh, probably beanie weenies, because beans don't have any meat in them. You know, you get the can of the beans with the wieners in it.
Oh, you get it all together?
You get it all together. You just eat it right out of the fucking can, cold. Yeah.
Did Garbage Brain University, Natalie said when she met Drew, he didn't even use hot water for his oatmeal.
What, like, so he just
got oats wet and just ate it.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty low.
Yeah.
But I told him that's called overnight oats now. If he would have done it and put it in the fridge overnight, you can charge $12 for it in Brooklyn. There's that mush stuff is like, have you seen mush?
Yeah, I know what mush is.
It's
my
like
parents used to make it all the time.
Well, no, there's a overnight oats in the like natural part of the grocery store, and it's like $5 or $6 a serving. I'm talking like 1 cup of oats and dates and, you know, flax seeds.
You're not talking about mush that's in a tube in the near the meats?
Like Scrapple?
Sausages? No, it's called mush. I'll look it up. My parents loved mush growing up.
I was a Scrapple man, but that was only because my family didn't eat any. My family ate the same thing, but I used to hang out with these Philly motherfuckers, and they thought Scrapple was the best thing ever. So I'd ride my bike over early in the morning on Sunday and go eat Scrapple with them.
Mush is a type of cornmeal pudding or porridge, which is usually boiled in water or milk.
I like that mush. That's the mush I want.
It is often allowed to set or gel into a semi-solid, then cut into flat squares or rectangles and pan-fried. That's what my parents did. They would buy mush in like a tube, and they would cut it into slices, and then they would like just saute.
It's like polenta, basically, is what it is.
But it's got a better name. Mush.
Mush. Just mush.
You know, we're just talking mush.
I was telling some people how about when we did that show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, how they had filling on the menu. And I just think that's such a gross name.
Stuffing is all.
Yeah, it was stuffing. But filling, like stuffing because you stuff it in a turkey. Filling just sounds like open your gullet. I'm going to throw a scoop in. Like just swallow this bread. You need to be full.
Yeah. So this place is... They're a rental office. They're the people you go to pay your rent. Like, you drop it off, and it's a person, the secretary or some person sitting behind a desk, and they like take it and do whatever.
Yeah, that's who this is.
Yeah,
A
that's
rental company,
rental company.
like Cronial.
Yeah. So it says rent payments. They're giving them instructions on rent payments. We understand that some of our tenants have lost hours at work due to working on campus. However, rent is still expected by the first of every month and late fees will still apply. Please do not call the office or email us about this since everyone is expected to pay rent in a timely fashion. P.S. Please refrain from flushing any items other than toilet paper. That one seems like there was probably
Yeah, that was just.
another issue in the office.
Now that I have your attention, keep your socks out of the drains.
Stop flushing chicken McNuggets down the drain.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is I think the breaking point. We have right now a situation where I just saw somebody said like a little bit of less than 1/3 of rent wasn't paid on April 1st.
Yeah.
Like a third of people missed the payment.
Yeah.
And we are in a country that does not want to provide any sort of relief whatsoever. The best deal that we're getting is that they are just going to not charge late fees. Like whenever they say we're not in quarantine anymore, you're going to have 4 months of rent due, but it won't have late fees on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're expecting you to pay through the whole thing. And
It's a double dip too by the landlords. I think they're going to double dip on us where like they're going to get their mortgage forgiven over the months and then we're still going to pay our rent. Like
We'll see. Yeah.
There's no way they're going to fucking cut. There's no way they're going to be like, "Hey guys, you don't have to pay your rent this month because we're going to get the money covered."
Yeah.
I just don't think I have nice landlord and I don't think they're going to do that. I think all the landlords are going to double dip on this.
Yeah, it's going to create a situation. There's going to be enough people that don't have houses that they'll be able to form an angry mob big enough to solve our problem.
Well, and this idea that the banks are going to like take a loss is such bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The banks never lose. They always win.
Well, they can always print more money. They're
They
in
did
control
already
of that.
You know, why don't they print one of them $1 trillion coins?
That's
Get one of them coins that is going to use the coinage from the past.
yeah, it makes sense.
Remember they were just going to make a coin to symbolize like a new amount of money?
Yeah, I mean they actually do that when they do the quantitative easing stuff. They do make like $1 trillion bill to like do I believe they do make something to do like a false symbolism that this money has been transferred, if I remember.
A check, maybe?
Yeah, probably a check.
They write $1 trillion personal check on their minions' checks. Pull out my check that has like the crayon address drawn on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, $1 trillion coins are real.
Yeah, I knew that. They were talking about doing one a couple years ago.
No,
We made
that's how they
jokes
pay.
about it.
No. How does America pay for a $2 trillion corona relief bill with two motherfucking coins? $1 trillion. There's $1 trillion coins. You thought Sacagaweos were cool. Wait till you see that $1 trillion coin.
Do you have? Is there pictures of it?
I don't know where they're at. They're probably fake.
Yeah, they're probably plastic. It's probably like really, like yeah, man. This whole thing is so like the idea, the rent, the what's the word? The oh, they have $1 trillion coin.
I'll take one.
Yeah, one for me too. Man. Who's on it? I'm trying to see who's on it. It's a guy with like a really tight haircut.
Oh God, who is that?
Oh, I think they put Obama. They put Obama on it.
Whoa! That to trigger the conservatives?
No, I think when they make them, they just put whoever's the president that decided to make the $1 trillion
It's
coin.
it's like a demerit.
Yeah,
Like it's a mark against you. Like if you have some coins with your face on them, then you did some bad deals.
yeah. It's a platinum coin, and then there's another one that has the statue. It looks like a quarter, basically. It's not impressive at all.
Just imagine accidentally dropping that in like a Subway token thing.
They should use that to like if let's say Donald Trump is like the president. Here's what they should do with the $1 trillion coin. The president should flip it at the Super Bowl. Like, for the coin flip at the Super Bowl, it should be the president flipping a $1 trillion coin with their face on it.
Yeah. Yes. Now we're talking.
I don't think Obama's on it. I think that's a mock-up. That would be cool, though, if they did that. They were just like... And they made Obama copper-colored on the coin, too.
Cool.
On the mock-up, so...
Cool.
Well... Yeah, that's so weird, man. Let's just make 5-6 more of them just to be safe.
Yeah, let's just do a couple.
Well, and then the Trump bucks are going to start coming in. Your landlord's going to get a cut of that too.
How so?
That's what I'm calling it, Trump bucks. Because most people are just going to use it to fucking get out from underwater on their fucking rent.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Imagine. The thing is that they expect you to pay your back rent with that check is what their that's what their game is.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to happen because that much money doesn't go very far.
No.
I mean,
$1,200. I mean, it sounds nice to have or whatever. It's not shit. If you're like a single person living at home, you're unemployed, you're like not, you haven't had your paycheck in like a month now. $1,200 is it's gonna be gone in 5 minutes.
Over the course of 3 months. Exactly. I mean, you do the right thing. Maybe you get your $1,200 and you pay your rent and you buy your groceries and stuff. And then what do you do after that? Work on sharpshooting skills, I think, basically.
Yeah.
Work on, physical fitness regimen right now. Work on your fighting skills, I would say, as much as you can.
Yeah, that's probably good. And like do that thing where you like with the tires.
Yeah, do the NFL Combine. It's the perfect time to do the NFL Combine
in your yard.
This is the perfect time to do Army shit.
So
did you see that post that some landlord was like, "Hey, if you give me 12 months rent right now, I'll give you a break."
Ew.
You didn't see that?
No.
Oh, all right. I'll get you back. I got one for you.
Thank you. I would love to hear this.
Yeah, I don't know. I also I saw the people that were like trying to raise money and give gift cards and all that shit, for paying your rent on time.
No, I don't want to do that either. I'd rather just not pay my rent.
But the grocery stores are falling apart too. I have someone in my DMs actually that works for Publix.
Oh, I would love to hear that too. I'm trying to get these frontline workers stuff out there. That was like my whole prep for the show was basically.
Listen to this crazy shit. You ready?
Yeah.
Hi, Sydney. During this time of uncertainty, I've decided to make you a one-time special offer in order to give you some stability in an unstable time. I'm willing to offer you discounted rent if you would like to prepay for a certain period of time. I have 2 offers for you which are as follows. Offer 1. Prepay for 12 months of rent and get 3 months for free. Essentially, you're getting 15 months for the price of 12. Additionally, you are guaranteeing that rent will not be increased for the 15-month period. Great deal. Great deal. Let me just get my wallet. I have 12 $1,000 bills in my pocket, and then I can give that to you. That's a good investment, right? That's a good investment.
I actually did see. God, what was I gonna like? I saw. I saw Kamala Harris on MSNBC, a clip of her on MSNBC today talking about how like we're gonna freeze the interest, not allow credit card companies to charge interest over this time because people are hurting.
Sure, and they're going to be, because that's exactly what people are putting groceries on the credit card.
Yeah.
People are going to be paying now. They're going to pay fees for the next 20 years on some asparagus that they bought during a time of crisis.
You're totally right about that too.
So the other option, which is maybe a little bit doable for you, Brian, prepay for 6 months and get 1 month free. Also, you will lock in your rental rate for a full year against rent increases. It's like, aren't you in charge of that?
You're
like, don't fucking do that.
Rent. Yeah.
It's like protection money. It's racket, right? Isn't that what it's called? Something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I would never have. I can't even imagine having that much money ever.
Well, here's what they say. I understand not everyone will be in a position to take advantage of
Nobody
these
will.
offers. If you have the opportunity, if you do have the ability, it's a great opportunity to save money. Put your tax return to work for you. Sounds like Susie Orman, right? I'm helping you out. Hey, buddy, give me all your money. I'm helping you out. Let me help you out.
If you
Let me help you get the money to me.
the wheel, I mean, look, I'm gonna like, okay, the worst landlords, the very worst ones are the ones that like, I gotta pay, you gotta pay, and that's it. You know what I mean? Those are the worst ones.
Yeah.
They're at the very bottom. But then up from them, you got the wheeling and dealing landlords, which is kind of like, I don't love it,
Yeah.
but they're at least part of wheeling and dealing is dealing. So maybe they seem like you could work with them. And
Yeah.
then on top of that, it's the ones that are like, I'm just not going to charge.
Yeah.
Which I've seen a lot of those too.
There has been a few not going to charge landlords.
Yeah.
That we've heard stories of.
Yeah.
So this person works at Publix. Apparently they've got a $50 gift card. That was their hazard pay.
I saw to
It's just-
fucking Publix?
Yeah. To have all of everybody. No, I mean, like, nobody is immune from going to the grocery store. Like, everybody in the
true.
fucking city, every infected single motherfucker in the country has to go to the grocery store.
Why don't they just let them walk around and fucking pick up whatever the fuck they want and leave? It's like basically what, I mean, putting a $50 limit on it kind of sucks.
I don't know. The car
Publix.
Kroger is working on their car pickup right now, which I think is where they're going to go to eventually.
What do you mean by car pickup? Like
They had-
having them bring
Yeah, they had a
stuff out?
line all the way around the fucking parking lot that was just people waiting for their orders.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
What else is it? Is there more Publix?
So this person said that they just released an April 2020 retail pay review guideline, and so the raises right now are going to be based on merit and the manager's discretion. So there's no hazard pay. There's no across the board everybody gets $1 right now. It's thank you for serving us. $1 is crazy because the reason I'm saying that is the highest raise on here is 75 cents.
Jesus Christ.
The highest raise you could get. This means if you're kissing your boss's ass and you're sharing some COVID hoax memes with them as you come into work every day, doing the right thing, you're one of the lucky people that's going to get 75 cents.
I guess I'll say, like, the grocery stores have no reason to be tightening their belts right now. They're actually doing very well in this. They're like the only thing that's open.
Well, Lowe's too.
And Lowe's and the head shop.
Dairy Queen also had a line.
You know, the funny thing is like the head shop is owned by a company that owns a Dirty Bookstore, like right next to it. Dirty Bookstore is closed.
Yeah, you're probably not allowed to do dirty. Well, but people
I mean,
are
what
at
the
home.
fuck you need from the head shop?
I would say the sex shop is just as important as Lowe's. Like, you're going to be hammering and nailing in the bedroom, or you can do it outside on a shed, build a shed.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't think anything. I truthfully, I think the head shop could probably fucking not be open right now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the only thing that they have is that 91% alcohol, because that's how you clean your dab rig.
Yeah.
So they might be the last place in town where you can get some isopropyl alcohol.
Dude, I think you have a big bottle from CVS.
Yeah, CVS.
They're open.
They don't have it anymore.
Why, they don't sell it?
No, they're sold out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the brewery down the street from me made hand sanitizer.
Yeah, there's a lot of Malort made. I want a bottle of that Malort. They made
But they're hard to get. What I was going to say is you brought a growler.
Okay.
And they filled it up for $9. And apparently they sold out like immediately. The line actually didn't cause too much trouble in the neighborhood because there was fucking nobody's really out driving anyway. But I guess the line was really fucking long for it and they sold out immediately. So the hand sanitizer biz, they're probably going to stay on that too. That industry is going to do better than ever. Ever.
What?
Hand sanitizer.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's another one that's like, hopefully you're paying your employees a fuck ton of money
Yeah.
right now because you're doing well. Like the grocery store can afford to, because I know they're making more. I know they're doing well. They're packed all day. You know, there's people there all fucking day, every single day.
There's a lot of folks that did avoid the grocery store and had the money to just order food out for every single meal that now have found themselves having to make stuff at home.
Yeah, I mean, when you're ordering the food out, like me, like I order more food delivered, and it's just like so much more expensive on those apps. I mean, it's a lot because I like got a meal today that would have been $25 if I didn't have it delivered, and it was $50 because I had it delivered.
Double.
Like, you're looking at like. Yeah, I mean, you can't get out of there for less than... I bought 2 McFlurries for $14 yesterday.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I wanted a fucking McFlurry. What I really wanted was a Reese Cup Blizzard.
They sell all of this bullshit ass ice cream at the grocery store.
You can't make a soft serve treat from the grocery store.
They have
You
Snickers,
try.
Reese's. They have all of the ice cream.
That's not a soft serve treat. I'm looking for
Grow
a
up.
specific
It's
kind
hard
of treat.
times. It's hard times, motherfucker. It's hard times. Real hard times.
Grow up. You grow up and you eat the hard ice cream.
Yeah, eat hard pack ice cream.
But I don't want to eat ice cream.
I don't have a scoop for it.
No. I don't want to eat ice cream then. If it's the hard ice cream. I like the soft ice cream. I don't really care for ice cream very much. I like the soft stuff. So sometimes I'll get a Blizzard.
A $7 one.
Yeah, well, that was a McFlurry, and yes, that was excessive. But they're
I-
$3 a piece anyway.
This man,
So it would have been $6. It was just $8 more to have it delivered.
just $8. Yeah, nothing. This reminds me of when you tried to get me to get a Blizzard at one of the casinos. One of those old ass casinos had a Blizzard pit.
Yeah.
Like you could go down there and get Blizzards. And I said no, and we went to Steak and Shake and got that concrete thing.
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
It was
Sorry,
crummy.
it was the worst fucking treat. The Blizzard was way better than whatever that bullshit they have at Shake Shack is.
The Blizzard, oh my God, that Shake Shack thing. Let me tell you something.
Shake Shack.
They just sprinkle some stuff on top of their concretes at Shake Shack, and then it's just a soft serve ice cream.
Yeah, they don't do anything to it.
Crummy.
They don't even mix
get
it
a Blizzard.
right. Yeah, I think it wasn't Circus Circus. It was one of those old ratty ones. Had
It was
a
like
Blizzard
an Excalibur, maybe.
Okay, yes, that sounds right. There was a Blizzard station in the middle of all the gambling. You could go get yourself a nice Blizzard.
Dude, I fucking
Probably
love
$7
those
too.
things. I fucking love those things. They're expensive here though too. I mean, you go to fucking Dairy Queen and get 3 Blizzards, you're looking at the price of like eating a meal at McDonald's.
I'm off Blizzards, man. I can't do it with my tum tum.
I know.
But you know what?
Neither can I just do.
We moved away from it. The one I used to live near had an Orange Julius attached, which I fucking loved. Like, just give me some of that orange juice. But the new one doesn't have fucking Orange Julius. I just like a thick.
What is Orange Julius?
I don't know. It's some weird.
I know it's got eggs in it.
Does it?
I know Orange Julius.
Shit.
They fucking.
I wish.
I think it does. I think it's like an egg and some orange juice and some ice.
Okay, that sounds right.
I'm looking
Is it
it up.
That's an old timey drink.
It's like drinking a fucking what's that thing? What were those things called back in the day? The phosphate. It's like drinking a phosphate.
Drinking a phosphate.
with
Yeah.
your best young lady.
Yeah. Orange Julius is just a creamsicle. It's good.
Julius.
They make it seem like
Did
it's
you just
fruit.
use the chat because I'm telling you that they have eggs in them.
Maybe the original ones, if you're thinking about like, I'll have an egg cream, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
What a bad name for a treat too.
pour up some mineral water with a little squirt of rhubarb syrup on top and crack an egg on it and call me a happy boy.
Here's what it is: how to make an Orange Julius. Maybe I'll make one when I get home and just
They're
see
the
what it's all
shit,
about.
dude. Thing about them, I knew they were California. Like they were. I saw them in movies and at the malls in the movies that were from California, and I think that's where they're from originally. And they finally made it to Ohio, and I can't even get it anymore.
That's sad. I'm looking at a recipe. I'm really trying to find out what the... Oh, here's a copycat. This is like when you want to make them just like Orange Julius. This isn't special or nothing. You need Frozen orange juice, milk, water, sugar, vanilla, and ice cubes. So I
Okay.
was wrong about the eggs. It does have milk in it.
I'm gonna make them myself. I'm gonna do an almond milk. I'll do an oat milk orange Julius. I'm gonna have to come up with a different name for it.
You know, it's still orange. Why would you come up with a different name?
Because Julius does his with milk. Breadalus does his with oat milk
Yeah.
or pea milk.
Yeah, I understand, but like milk is milk. You know, in my opinion, I mean, there are hacks out
Okay,
there that
I got
yell
you.
at you for calling it oat milk.
Show
or
me an
whatever.
almond's nipples.
Yeah. But I just think whatever's milk
Okay.
is milk. So you can call yours a fucking orange Julius, and Brett, I'll drink one with you.
Okay, I'm gonna prepare an orange
Oh,
Julius
dog.
for you next time.
So when we come, so we're gonna have an orange Julius before the call-in show.
If I can, I have to go to risk my life and go to
that's
the
right.
store.
That's right. I wonder if an orange Julius is like if you have to use the whole frozen orange. I could
I'm
probably
gonna-
order it.
I'm gonna put it on our. I'm gonna put.
6
I'm gonna
ounces.
put it on our project management plan to make sure that we can get this.
All right, I think we did it, Brett. That was a loose show. It was a little good time there.
Yeah,
We did
thanks.
some twists and turns. I had fun.
Thanks for listening to Street Fight Radio. We're here every single Wednesday and Sunday. I'm also doing some exclusive live streams on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram at StreetFightWCRS. Brian's doing bonus material that's available over on Patreon.com. I'm trying to talk to more organizers and get that out there. We're doing as much content as we can and working on, giving you more than you could ever need. So thanks for supporting what we do. Sorry, I had to get that burp out. Thanks for supporting what we do and continuing.
I can let people know what's coming out.
Sure, let them know.
The wrap-up show for March Madness just came out. Next week, Shocktober. There was an episode of Shocktober that me and Felix did that's a lot about Opie and Anthony. It's got Ted Nugent, and it's got a lot of Mancow. We did like roughly half Mancow. So we got a Shocktober coming, and then at the end of the week, I talked wrestling with my buddies Kevin and Chris from the Bad Wrestling podcast. And then next week is the beginning of Holy Boys with me and Tom Sexton. We are going to talk a different mega preacher every week for like 8 weeks. So it's coming.